Today on Paranormal Insights, we're going to tell you how to communicate with departed loved ones.
And we have a question from Bethany, who has some odd communications with a loved one on the other side.
And a quick look at Life Chakra Soaps. I'm Joseph Ernest Martin.
And I'm Cindy Grayson.
And this is Paranormal Insights, where we showcase the latest and best from the metaphysical world.
Here you'll find tools and insights to help you answer your questions from beyond the ordinary.
Cindy is a certified hypnotherapist with a specialty in past life regression. She also works with spirit guides and white light entities as a medical intuitive.
Joseph is an award-winning psychic for 25 years and the author of the international bestseller, The Quest Tarot. Joseph is a recipient of the Visionary Award of Excellence.
You know, the whole topic of communicating with departed loved ones is something that really touches me because, you know, I'm at an age now where it's not so uncommon for me to lose people that I love or even people that have been very, very dear to me. A matter of fact, when my father passed, Charles, for years after he passed, if I just talked about him, you know, I would choke up and start crying.
Right. Well, we all do because we missed our loved ones. We want to hold them and feel them and hear them. And what people don't realize is they're still all around us. And all we have to do is learn how to listen differently.
Well, you know, when we do listen to those who have crossed over, you know, they often, I find anyway, give us like really comforting messages, really important ideas or feelings. All of us have lost someone we've loved. Probably a famous recent depiction of a loved one passing over was shown in the 1990 movie Ghost, where Patrick Swayze's character communicated through Whoopi Goldberg to warn and protect his love, played by Demi Moore. Or from the recent 2009 TV series Medium, where Patricia Arquette plays psychic Alison Dubois, who talked with spirits that still had unfinished business from the other side. The easiest way to communicate with the dear departed would be to employ a psychic medium. This is someone who specializes in talking with the dead. Psychic John Edwards crossed the country, reaching thousands of people with his television show, and has become synonymous with what a psychic medium is and does. You can find reputable psychic mediums in your area, but do check them out on the internet to make sure that they are honest and real. In this case, the psychic medium does all the work for you. They have experience in putting themselves into trances that allow the departed to speak through them or to give them messages that they can relay. Research shows that after-death communication has happened to about 20% of the population, or approximately 50 million Americans. They've claimed that they've had communications from those who have passed on. If you'd like to try this yourself, here's what you can do. The day before you try this, you must eliminate all caffeine and dairy products, and please no recreational drugs. You want your physical body to be in a state of balance. Eat simply, such as maybe only fruits and vegetables. Then, the day you put yourself into a serene state of mind, go to a place in your home that is as quiet as possible. Either take down or remove from the room any clocks, wristwatches, or anything that shows time. Wear only loose-fitting clothing and comfortable clothing. Remove your shoes. If you are wearing anything binding or restrictive, remove it. Turn off your cell phone and unplug your house phone. Sit in a comfortable chair. Remember that posture is important. Make sure your back is supported and that you can relax. Place a large mirror in front of you and arrange it so that you can easily gaze into it without any discomfort. Create a mood around you. Make sure your surroundings are beautiful to you. Soft music can help you relax and stimulate awareness. Gather photographs and personal items from the departed person you'd like to contact. Touch these items and think of the person lovingly. A family album, a favorite sweater can be great items for this. Do these things around twilight. Light a candle in a safe place behind you. Stare into the clear depth of the mirror without trying to see anything or trying to focus. You can compare this to looking off into the distance. If you are properly relaxed, your arms will begin to feel heavy. Your fingertips will begin to tingle. This is a sign of being in a hypnagogic state of altered consciousness. The mirror will most likely become clouded now as you gaze into it. Do not direct the experience or post questions. It's best to just let what happens unfold on its own accord. Let the images flow. The images will last no longer than a minute and will change and fade at their own speeds. You should get a message that you understand, but if you don't, it usually means that you're just trying too hard, or that your intellect is forcing you to fit the model you already hold for the event. Remember, you must let go. Create the space for the other side to talk with you. And I will tell you that, my father who passed that I just mentioned, I had an agreement with him that if I found money on the ground, that would mean it came from him. And you have no idea how many times when I've been walking around, there has been small money and even at times big money on the ground that I've actually found.
Oh, it's wonderful. And sometimes you wish you should have asked for bigger money all the time because you could retire. But it's just great because if you listen, they're there. They actually have messages for you. They have clarity when you're lost. You just ask and turn the volume down on things. You can hear, you can feel. And then you have the warmth and comfort of knowing that you have been in communication with them. And you still have that ongoing relationship. It's just different.
Well, Dr. Raymond Moody, who of course wrote these books about near-death experiences, not only with adults but with children, also created something called the Mantium Project, which is a way to scry or to see into a black mirror or a darkened copper bowl filled with water. And he created a technique that gives real, repeatable results again and again and again. If you haven't looked up Dr. Moody, please take a look at his work.
Did you know that you can have an ongoing relationship with a departed loved one? You just need to learn how to communicate differently. It's much easier than you think. Many of us believe that the soul of our loved one is alive and well on the other side. However, we have such a strong desire to have proof of this. More importantly, we really miss the ongoing verbal and physical interactions with them. What you may not realize is that they hear us, they see us, and they communicate with us frequently. So why aren't we aware of this? Because we let our human logic and social conditioning get in the way. We notice things and immediately wonder, was that my loved one trying to tell me something? Then we very quickly dismiss it as wishful thinking. Please know that they understand that we need to mourn their departure, but they don't want us to get stuck in that mourning. Some of our loved ones drop in occasionally, others hang out often. They want you to know that they are beyond happy. Even if their passing was unexpected, the loved ones always say that things happened exactly as they were supposed to. Being a medium, I've spoke with many people on the other side. Every one of them is joyful and content. They return to their personalities, including their sense of humor. In fact, while they're using me to communicate with their loved ones here on Earth, they often say very funny things, oftentimes poking fun at something that's happened recently. They want to be part of the laughter in your life. They are not dead. They're just in a different dimension. They are more alive than ever. Be aware that the veil between Earth and the other side is getting thinner and thinner. Our loved ones can see us and hear us easily. They can hear our thoughts if that's our intent. And then I usually get the question, does that mean they can see everything I do? Yes, they can. But they're not interested in your private moments, like using the bathroom. That's of no interest to them. Many people have expressed sadness that their departed loved one has missed a wonderful opportunity to experience a newborn grandchild or to attend a special wedding or family event. Wrong. If a baby was born after they departed, please know they have already held that baby before it was born. And they pop in frequently to watch that child grow. Likewise, they attend all special events in our lives. They continue to communicate with us even though we don't always listen.
Because you can use the instructions in his book in a way that will actually give you results in contacting or hearing information from the other side.
That's great. And there are many books out there, and there are great tapes that can actually walk you through this. And if you're willing to turn down the volume on the TV, the radio in the car, the people around you, you have to be quiet. But again, sometimes you hear with your ears, and sometimes you hear with your body, with feelings. You can actually feel them. When you get the chills, you know they're there. And people actually have a problem in their own mind, thinking that I must be making this up. Oh no, that wasn't them that touched my shoulder. They have a hard time just believing that what happened is real.
We've talked about how you can communicate with the departed, but how do the departed try to talk with us? Probably the most common way the departed communicate with us is through our dreams. In a dream state, we are very open to communication from different energies. This is because we are already in an altered state when asleep, and we may even be in the astral plane, making it easier for our past loved ones to talk to us. If you become practiced remembering your dreams, they will continue to make more and more sense in your waking hours. Another way the deceased can communicate with us is by moving objects. Spirits seem to have an ability to alter electrical charges. They can drain new batteries. They can leave audio impressions onto electrical recorders. They alter photographic film with images of light. They create thuds or sounds that we can hear. Some spirits do seem to have the power to affect our physical reality. They mostly do this to get our attention. Spirits also can communicate to us through signs of nature. This is a very American Indian way to see the messages. When my cousin Bonnie died, we were at the burial plot. The minute the prayers were finished and they were about to lower the casket into the ground, the gray sky parted and the sun beamed down brightly right where we were standing. The minute the casket had been released, the clouds came back together and the beautiful sun's rays no longer shone. This kind of message is not a coincidence. If we are just aware, we will see the guidance and messages from those loved ones who are now on the other side. And real it is. You know, Dee Bush, who was giving a talk in the San Francisco Bay Area, had worked with Dr. Raymond Moody. She was speaking, and I was relaxing, and I was putting myself into a great little meditative state and trying to figure out, you know, I wanted to see if I could see her aura. And as I was looking at her, behind her right shoulder appeared a ball of harvest yellow light. Well, at first I thought she must have some clothing that has a reflective surface on it, and I'm just seeing the lights reflect. But I looked at all the lights above me. They were all fluorescent, which do not contain yellow. And so I thought, okay, if I just stare at this, how long will this light just stay there and I can see it? Well, it just kept staying there and staying there. Well, finally I blinked and it was gone. So after the talk, I went up to Dee and I said, you know, I saw this ball of light behind your shoulder. And she said, she's so cute, she goes, oh honey, spirits come when I talk all the time. You're not the first psychic that's told me they've seen spirits around me. She said, as a matter of fact, on rare occasion, I've seen them too, and they often appear as a ball of light.
Oh, that's fantastic. And when I work with clients and just everyday general life, I'll talk to people and I'll see blue orbs, white orbs, yellow, pink orbs, or little white twinkle lights around them. And I just interrupt middle sentence and say, oh, by the way, you have a blue orb over here. And then I keep talking, and if people don't know me, they will stop and say, what does that mean? And I'm going, well, it's an entity of some sort. Who was the first person who came to mind when I mentioned that to you? Embrace it. Always go with your first thought. Science has proven that, and it applies to spirituality as well. If you stop and think about it, you have noticed a loved one's presence. Allow yourself to recognize the many ways in which they send you messages. For example, do you ever feel a touch on your shoulders but dismiss it as a muscle spasm? Do you ever notice a scent that was unique to them, or a scent that happens to be one of your favorites? When you're in bed or on a couch, do you feel as if somebody has just sat down beside you and you feel the actual indent in the cushion or mattress? Have you noticed a big increase in the number of birds, butterflies, feathers, or perhaps coins that cross your path? When you think of that person, does a special song or movie happen to come on? Do you have dreams about a special someone that in the dream it just feels so real? And one of my favorites, does something electrical go on or off without being touched, such as a television, DVD player, radio, telephone, or lights? These are just a few of the ways that loved ones attempt to communicate with us. And their message is that they are well and at peace. And they want you to know that in your heart.
And our eyes really don't trick us. You know, if we look at things dead on with our eyes, what will often happen is our brain will overinterpret what the messages we're getting visually. Yeah. But if we kind of look peripherally out of the side of our eyes, we're more apt to see the anomalies that actually exist around us that our brain would normally edit out. And people like, well, of course you and me and other psychic people, we become more trained at not filtering out what's actually there.
Right, and the one thing I teach other people is that when you start to see something in the peripheral, don't look at it. In fact, I tell people, if you want to learn how to do this, when you lay in bed at night and everything is dark and there is a small light at the top of the ceiling, stare at it long enough so that you can start asking for twinkle lights to show up around the room, and don't look at them, just practice not looking.
Practice not looking?
Yes.
And you can too start communicating with those who have already passed over. And now we're going to go to Life Chakra Soaps.
Okay. Hi, this is Cindy Grayson. I'm at the New Earth Expo in Sacramento, California. And I'm here with Shannon Terry with the Life, and her business focuses on clearing and healing the chakras, and she has wonderful products that she has developed. And Shannon, tell us a little bit about your product and how they work, how they help people.
Well, I offer a chakra clearing bath bomb kit, and in the kit there's one bath bomb for each chakra. Now they're all a different color, one color for each of the chakras. And the way that they work is they're made with specific specific essential oils and sea salt and baking soda, which when you combine them, they clear and balance the aura and the chakras. Now, the cool thing about them is that the color of the bombs also turns the bath water colors, and color vibrates at a specific frequency. So when you use our root chakra bath bomb, which is red, and you throw it into the tub, it turns the water red, you submerge yourself into the water, and the water, along with the color and the essential oils, raises your vibrational frequency to the vibrational frequency of your root chakra. And it balances out, it clears it out, and it's perfect for healing and balancing your chakras.
Fantastic. Okay, so some people might wonder, if the bath color turns red, water turns red, does that do anything to your skin?
It doesn't.
Okay.
It turns the water red, and when you get out, your skin is soft, moisturized, smooth, and you're feeling amazing because your energy is cleared and balanced. And it doesn't stain the tub either.
Fantastic. I was going to ask about that, being a mom. So how long do these cleansing and healings last? I mean, how often would somebody need to do this? And if they wanted to work on all 7 primary chakras, do they need to take 7 baths or drop 7 balls in?
That's a great question. What I recommend you do is focus on 1 chakra per day. So you'd want to do this for 7 days in a row, 1 bath bomb per day per chakra. And when you're finished, you're going to feel a lot better, your life is going to work better, and everything's going to come into balance. And so you just kind of want to feel and use your intuition to know how often you'll need to use the kit. And you'll know when you need to get another one and do it again, because then you'll kind of start feeling like you need to balance your energy again, and that's how you'll know.
Great. So how long do they typically last? One particular bath bomb, you get your healing, you get out, you feel great. How long does it last before you think you need another one?
It just depends on the person. Your energy, everybody's different, and we all have different issues that we need to work on clearing and balancing. So that's all actually specific to each person. The bath bombs themselves, they last about 20 minutes. When you throw them into the bath, they'll fizz and bubble, and it takes a while for it to dissolve, but about 20 minutes later, you'll be all finished. You can take a longer bath if you want to, but it'll take about 20 minutes for it to dissolve, and that way you have a lot of time to soak and relax. And it's really amazing with the scent and the color. It's so relaxing and really refreshing.
So Shannon, this is a fantastic product.
Thank
How
you.
can people find you and order this product for themselves?
Well, we have a website, and you can find us at www.theomlife.com. And we have a really fun blog. I'm always on there. We have a Facebook fan page, which is facebook.com/theomlife. So you can like our page for updates and inspirational messages that we post every day. We have a lot of people that really participate on the Facebook page, so it's super fun. And then we also have a YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/theomlife. So we do fun little videos on there too. So there's so many different ways that you can connect with us, and we hope to see you guys soon.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Shannon. I really appreciate this.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have a question from a viewer, Bethany, and she wants to know about some odd communications with her loved one on the other side.
And for about 3 years ago, somebody, a very important figure in my life, died, and ever since they've died, I've had a lot of strange connections and dreams, and I want to know what they're trying to tell me.
You know, that's a great question, Bethany. And often we're trying to figure out, what are our loved ones who have departed actually trying to tell us? I've asked my guides to come in, I've asked your guides to come in, and let's see what they say about your departed loved ones who are trying to communicate to you. You know, this is a very, very interesting set of cards. The first thing I want to tell you is that they have been talking to you actively this year. They have had trouble kind of getting through to you, just so you know, but they say it's easier for them to get through to you in your dream state. So if I was looking for messages, if I was you and I was looking for messages, I would be looking in my dreams for the messages from the departed loved ones in my life. They want to give you a lot of positive stuff here today. I got to tell you that they're coming through with me. The first thing is they want to tell you is you have a hopeful future. It's going to be absolutely exciting and wonderful. They can't wait. They're excited for you. They say this lifetime for you, knowledge is your friend. So learning, books, reading, certifications, school, workshops, anything like that you want to do, they're saying do it now. This is good for you. They say there is so much more possibility in your life than you're currently even acknowledging. You need to reach out to the opportunities and possibilities that are around you. They see this as exciting. Think of yourself like a TV show and you're the channel that they're watching. They want a good show. And so they want to encourage you to do things passionately and amazingly. They want to tell you also that there's two people around you right now that are not being honest, that they are actually dishonest. And you need to run a little test with these people that are around you to determine the two that are not telling you the truth at this time. For them, this is really important. They want to tell you also that the hurt that you feel and have felt, this last year especially, is going to subside, but it's not going to go away. You'll never forget the pain, but you'll be able to handle it better as you go forward. The door is open for you, not only this year, which is very short, the rest of this year, but also next year for you also. And they want to tell you that money issues are still going to be tight, but that if you take advantage of the new opportunities that are going to be presented to you, what you're going to find is that the money situation gets so much better. So, knowledge is your friend. Talk to people. Watch your opportunities. They're going to be there in a great way for you. And know that the people who have departed are currently around you. And absolutely, without question, from everything I can see, they love you completely.
What my guides are telling me are that you and your loved ones are very goal-oriented. The two of you knew of specific goals for you. However, you haven't finished pursuing those goals since your loved one crossed. The message is, yes, you can do it. The visit in dreams that are giving you inspiration and encouragement, they are very real. Those are from your loved ones. You've not made that up. You two designed and agreed upon this life and the fact that when one of you departs, the other one will carry on with those goals. Those were in your life charts, and you are to continue. Part of that agreement was for you to finish your goals after they cross back to the other side. They're excited for you and they visit often. You are aware of their presence. You sometimes talk with them, especially while you drive, and you find that you actually gain information from those talks. You sometimes wish you could rest your head on their shoulders like you used to do. They really want you to get going with your goal and your plans. And what they're also showing me is that you are going around in circles. You have 2 or 3 different directions to go and you feel lost without them. You are not lost. You have the ability to go forward. You've got to quit going in circles. If you take a deep breath, close your eyes, take a quiet moment, you will know which direction to go. They're also showing me calendars and they're showing me the holidays. And what you need to do is you need to set a date and start in with your goals. You will be fine, and you cannot find a substitute for your loved one. You need to take the lead on this yourself. And they're also showing me that if you follow this, by spring, it won't be comfortable, but you're going to be well into the goal, pursuing the goal that you need to be following. Again, you've got to get going. You can do it. You're not alone. They are with you every step of the way. And she's getting all this prompting, she's getting all this information from her loved one on the other side, but she's talking herself out of it. So she has got to make a decision. Nobody's going to hold her hand for her. She has got to go forward, make the decision, and stop running around in circles.
So I guess, Bethany, it's really going to be up to you. We want to answer your questions and address your topics. If you have questions you want answered, we're easy to find. You can find me at questtarot.com or Joseph at questtarot.com.
You can find me at cgraysonhypnosis.com or email me, Cindy at cgraysonhypnosis.com. You can watch this program on Comcast Channel 17 in Sacramento, California. See more at accesssacramento.org and betv.org. And on Comcast Channels 23, 28, and 29 in the San Francisco Bay Area, as well as AT&T Uverse in the state of California. And don't forget to watch our companion show, Paranormal Connections, with host Donna Wilbur.
You can follow us on Facebook, Vimeo, and YouTube. Simply search for Paranormal Insights, Joseph Ernest Martin, or Cindy Grayson. You can also see our new weekly series, The Magic Minute, where you'll learn easy-to-use everyday magic every Wednesday on Vimeo and YouTube, where it only takes a moment to make magic. And when you watch the video, please remember to click like or subscribe. Please send us your questions and topics,
so we can share our paranormal insights
and answers from beyond the ordinary.